Well, welcome to McKinnon Field, Aberdeen, for today's fixture between the Aberdeen Tigers and the Denman Devils. It's Steve Reynolds in commentary at the moment, being joined alongside the main man himself for the main call, Andrew Reynolds. Hello, Andrew.
Reggie,
how are you, mate?
It's always nice to introduce myself to you. How you going?
Good, I'm going all right. It's a big day of football up here at the moment, and we've just seen Aberdeen Tigers run away with the reserve grade fixture there in pretty big style. Yeah,
56-6 I think it was over Merriwall. Interestingly, these teams played just a couple of weeks ago. We saw them here and Merriwall got the chockies that day, but they didn't turn up this afternoon by the look of it.
Yeah, oh, look, it was a one-way fest there at the end, so of course Merriwall back to the drawing board, and joining us, of course, Mark Bowditch.
Mark, the Group 21 President. Mr. President, how are you this afternoon?
Good, thank you. Thanks for inviting me to the commentary today. It's great, lovely day here in Aberdeen for the Aberdeen football ground for this great game. The field's looking well, actually, and looking forward to this great game of football today.
Indeed, couldn't ask for better conditions. It's bright, but it's also not too sunny this afternoon. I think the players will enjoy being able to head out on McKinnon. Should we go through the teams?
Most definitely, let's do that.
Give us the Tigers there, Mark.
Okay, for the Aberdeen Tigers, Josh Halliwell at number 1. Number 2, Jacob Cardina. Number 3, Ben Halliwell. Number 5, Tom Morgan. Number 6, Drew Gilbert. Number 7, Josh Tickle. Number 8, John Whippy. 9, Josh Emery. Number 10, Huey Baker. Number 11, Lawson Anosa. Number 12, Daniel Hugerworth. 13, Richie Graham. Number 14, Matt Jones. Number 15, Fraser Evans. 16, Mitchell Comerford. And number 17, Ben Jones.
And the Denman Devils, who have just come onto the field, their fullback is Ethan Foles. Number 2 is Samson O'Neill. Jacob, I don't know, I've never come across that name. Sukanavalu, there we go, is the 3. 4 is James Olds. 5 is Dan Smith. The 5'8" is Toby Mallinson. 7 is Josh Miles. Brady Benkovic is in number 8. Ned Chapman is number 9. We don't have a name, but we do have a number plate for number 10. 11 is Jaden Kennedy. 12 is Isaac McCormick. 13 is Jordan Bull in the reserves. Dan James, Siali Koloi and Semi Devui in 14, 15 and 16 respectively. And boy, the Aberdeen Tigers have come out in a jersey I did not expect.
Ladies' Day here at McKinnon Field, McKinnon Oval, of course. So well done to the Aberdeen Tigers for recognising the women and what they do in our sport and the sacrifices they also make when us players and their children play. So
indeed.
Mark will be helping you out today, mate, as we get this live stream underway for the Bengalla Group 21 Clash of the Round. Who's your tip, boys? Can't ask the president, I can ask you.
Well, at this point, I know Denman have been okay recently, but the Aberdeen Tigers need to find a little bit of form, and if they've ever had a reason to, wearing a pink jersey at home in honour of the women that support their club, I reckon they'll probably get the bickies, but I'm expecting a close one today. The Aberdeen Tigers are running away from their dressing sheds, while the Denman Devils will be running what I would describe is from the north towards the south. We've got the kick-off. Those numbers are impossible to read for the Aberdeen Tigers, so I'm going to throw the apologies out early for this one. Ball's taken by the Denman Devils on their 20, brought into the middle of the field. The big boy there is number 10, the one and only one that I don't have a name for, so we'll have to come up with a name for TBA. We're in the dummy half, coming out to the edge there, and we're rucking it up to about 15 metres inside the western touchline. They move back towards the middle of the field. The Denman Devils spreading it around early, but being met by the Aberdeen Tigers on or about the 40-metre mark, slowing them down. Did we see the ball bobble out there? No, we did not. No. Come to the dummy half, picks up another one of his big boys. That looked like a high tackle there. Mark, what do you think about that?
I
reckon it was a good tackle?
It was a good tackle.
Good tackle.
Solid contact.
All right, the Denman Devils have managed to get themselves onto halfway as the hand is raised for the fifth tackle, going into the short side. They kick it down, three blokes pursuing it down towards the fullback there as Josh Halliwell picks it up, runs away, goes backwards, gets away from those players before they wrestle him back down again, and the Aberdeen Tigers in the unmistakable pink jersey take the ball up for the very first time. Looks like the number 2 there, Jacob Cordina, the winger. I really cannot see those numbers for the life of me for the Aberdeen Tigers. And we come out from the dummy half back into the middle of the field. Slow going as the little players are taking it into the teeth of the forwards of the Denman Devils, not getting a great deal of distance as you would probably expect. Again, just taking it straight up to the middle there.
Richie Graham there, powering it up the middle.
Good player, Richie Graham. He's had a pretty decent season. He certainly played quite well the last time we saw him here. Bit slow to get up and play the ball. Coming back to the number 9, Josh Emery.
There's big John Whitby taking it forward from the Merriwall. The numbers are a little bit hard from up here in the box. Lucky we've got this screen in front of us as the Jordan Bull tries to put pressure on the kicker.
Drew Gilbert pumps it back down to the Denman Devils. Not a bad early set there for Aberdeen there, Mark. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it was good. They just kept the structure and went straight up the middle of the field and kept it playing and given their forwards a chance to dominate shortly.
Sukanavalu takes it up back into the middle of the field. The Denman Devils on or about the 30-metre line as they're taking the opportunity to attack Aberdeen, slowly working their way up to halfway. Not a lot of ball movement for either side at the moment. They're just sort of one out, maybe a pass. Missed a couple of tackles there for the Aberdeen Tigers. I'll be worried about that. We've got a player already down. He's looking pretty bad too. Denman managed to get a short ball through and he draws the fullback, and that was a pretty ordinary pass from the number 11 there.
Jordan Bull it was at 13.
Tackled well by the Aberdeen Tigers, who have managed to scramble back in defence. They formed their line-up. We've got a cut-out pass that was more forward than backward, unfortunately, and it got knocked on anyway. Well, the Denman Devils have wasted a perfectly good opportunity.
Yeah, Jordan Bull made a great break there, mate. It was just not the pass to be at the end of it. But, yeah, now it's Denman with a great tap there and a quick run out of from the tap.
Look at the number 3. Cameron French coming into the dummy half. They're working it way up to the middle of the field. That's 2 tackles and they're always already up to halfway. Big Udi Baker, that's probably the first time we've seen him taking the ball up, and he's gone through 3 or 4 Denman Devils there. Weedy Baker, sorry. As the Aberdeen Tigers bring it out to the fullback, Josh Halliwell. He skips, he dances, he's tackled. Still got a couple of tackles to go in this set as they're deep into the Denman half. Aberdeen Tigers right in the middle of the field now, sweeping out to the western side. We've got a back line formed up there as... Who is his number? What was that number plate? Was he called a little bit high? Number 12.
Daniel Hugerworth.
Dan Hugerworth, their skipper. Looks like he might well have been taken a little bit high. He's certainly crumpled down on the ground.
He's been given a penalty for it, yeah, so it's coming back and turning into it. So
Well, do we think they might go for an easy 2 points to get themselves a bit of a lead? There are worse suggestions at this point in time for the Aberdeen Tigers. Still can't get over these pink jerseys.
Oh, they're great, aren't they? Ladies' Day here at Aberdeen, and anyone that is got the opportunity to still come down should come down and see the football. It's going to be a great game. It started off well. You've got two really good players, but it's amazing to see the two different types of football by the structure from the two different sides already here today. So.
Yes.
Big Iron Batten in the number 10 there.
Iron Batten.
Iron. Like Ryan with a Y. Iron.
As a couple of the Denman Devils are now down. Jordan Bull, he's in a pretty bad way on the ground. I didn't actually pick up what the collision was there. But this is a slow old match to start with. We're getting the trainers out a fair bit at the beginning of this game. At least they're conserving energy.
Yeah.
Just try and listen in to the referee, and probably a bit too late about what happened.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything. So.
Nothing was saw by the touch judge or the referee in the middle.
Don't think a penalty has been
Big Iron. He's a big lump of a lad. Him and his brother came over. His brother started the season earlier off. But Big Iron, yep.
From merry old England?
No, from Wales.
Oh, well, okay. All right. The UK anyway. Weedy Baker looks to play the ball right in front, 10 metres out. They sweep out to the open side. Another one of the big forwards there. Brady Benkovic takes it up, goes back to dummy half. Comes out to the 13 in Jordan Bull. 13, Richie Graham.
Just a metre away from the line.
Right underneath the posts. Weedy Baker bashes through, sends a couple of Denman Devils back into the car park and plants it down for the first try of the afternoon. Well, that's the one and only play that they really need when they're that close to the line mark.
And that's what he's good at.
He's great. There's no stopping him when they're inside the 10-metre line. He's just up front and just so much power.
What are the Denman Devils going to have to do to be able to stop that? Probably just keep them away from the line would be the tip.
Well, as I said to you a few weeks ago when we're up here, he looks like he's having fun out in the middle. Like it's actually the smile and glow on his face. He wasn't going full pelt on that day. He was giving it at all, but he was just toying around with the players out there. But he's been a big addition to the competition. You'd nearly think that he'd be up there in the top 3 for the points of the year, for the player of the year.
Well, he's a big reason that they were down that end of the field. He took it up in the middle of the first set and scattered a few of the Denman players out of the way before the penalty was eventually given. And then he manages to score the try as the conversion is complete, as you would expect. And that's just 7 minutes into this first half at Aberdeen, with the home side in pink leading Denman 6-0.
Cameron French with that conversion. Look, they're full of running, both sides, and they've both got the cattle to do it. Isaac McCormick, I can see he's out there in the middle at the moment for the Denman side. They've got plenty of experience and size. And, of course, with Ethan Fowles playing around, and you cannot, as number 8 comes onto the field now, looks like there's been an interchange. And James Olds, they'll make a meal of it. Hang on, there's been a bit of time off. Not too sure what this is about.
We're looking for a ball.
Oh, is that all it was?
Yeah, the one that French kicked up to Scone has just worked its way back. Time has been put back on. Denman Devils running towards the dressing sheds here at McKinnon. Reasonably deep, gets it down to the 10 metre. It's taken by the Aberdeen Tigers and brought back.
Some really strong running there by number 11 is Lawson Anasa for the Tigers. Haven't got a side in front of me at the moment.
John Whitby taking it up for the Aberdeen Tigers. He's met by the Denman Devils as we come back to the middle of the field. Weedy Baker, unmistakable with the hair and the size and the running style. He gets about 20 metres just about every time he takes the ball up. They keep coming the same way, the Aberdeen Tigers, a step and a prop. And he's bashed down. That's the number 13, Richie Graham. Back to the dummy half. Josh Emery has a little scuttle himself, gets himself an extra 5 metres on the final tackle. They're not quite up to the halfway line. goes back to Drew Gilbert, who pumps it downfield. Not too far. Oh, but he's made an absolute meal of that one, Mark.
Play on.
Oh, the Tigers played on. Smart move.
Biggest mistake of a player not to pick the ball up and make it dead.
Yeah, that was a terrible lack of concentration as the Aberdeen Tigers look forward to perhaps pushing this lead out to 10-0. And we're not even up to the 10-minute mark. Where's Weedy Baker? Is he setting up ready to go underneath those posts again? The Aberdeen Tigers move it right into the shadow of the goalpost. Weedy Baker still
one out,
ominously waiting out there. Slow play the ball. Comes out to the 7. Josh Tickle, who passes along and loses it. And the Denman Devils breathe a sigh of relief. They were staring down the barrel of a big, being well behind there.
As Olds takes a little bit of a run from dummy half, and now it comes out one. Who's Brady Bankovic with his run straight into the middle, into the big boys. Weedy Baker with a bit of a flop there.
Oh, I'm surprised that wasn't penalised. He got a big smile for him for his efforts, though. Denman Devils have managed to get themselves up to about the 40-metre mark, actually. This hasn't been too bad in this set. They certainly haven't been throwing it around too much. The forwards have been working pretty hard. As he nearly drops that ball and just manages to reclaim it as he's put down on the halfway mark. Still a couple of tackles to go for Denman.
Dan Smith, it's just that confidence at the moment. He's a great young player. Here's Isaac McCormick. He'll nearly break the line. Great around the legs tackle.
Really was. Shame he couldn't got his arms free. On the final tackle, we've got a chip and chase here for the Denman Devils. Punching it down into the bottom corner. Slippage from a couple of Tigers. And it's been stolen.
I saw that coming. That's a try.
And the try, is it going to be given?
Six again, and try. One inch.
That was a beautiful play. Beautiful. Absolutely spectacular to watch from Olds there. He jumped from dummy half, put the chip over the top, chased it himself. As he was running along, I thought he's going to try one-on-one strip here. They're not aware to it, and carries one over the line with him. So.
Yeah, the two Tigers, one of them, the fullback slipped over, and the winger who just managed to get it seemed to be more interested about just getting to the ground. And Olds with a smart play, Mark.
Yes, very smart. He always kept his thoughts on straight away, and you could see him running down. He had it in his mind what he was going to do, and it came off successful. It doesn't come off all the time.
No.
But it did that time.
He's got an opportunity to be able to tie up the scores with a kick for the conversion from pretty much right in front of us.
He did himself no favours from that point of view, did he?
Well, he just wanted to get the ball down as quickly as possible, didn't he? Smart move. We're going to back him in. Who's on board this horse?
He's fantastic kicker, but I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him on this one.
Oh, I'll do it then. I reckon he'll get it.
Well done. You've just done it to him.
So if I back him in as well, that takes the curse off.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful afternoon here at McKinnon.
Bloody awesome.
We have had a bit of rain around the valley throughout the week, but it's certainly left us with lovely conditions. It'll get a bit cooler in about an hour's time. Olds taking his time with the conversion. Giving his team a good breather.
Does his little 1-2 jig. Oh, well done, Bear. You've mocked him. 6-4, the scores are locked up at now. Now still. But just a shout out, I just got a message through that the pink jerseys will be auctioned off afterwards. So if you can't get here to the game due to work commitments, get along to the commercial hotel afterwards. Fundraising opportunity and your chance to get a piece of the memorabilia from today's game.
Commercial hotel, great sponsors of Aberdeen Tigers. What a great kick.
Great kick.
As the Denman Devils look to come back. And
Samson O'Neill.
Good run right back into the middle of the field. The forwards will appreciate that, not having to wander over to the sideline. The Denman Devils coming back up to the middle, getting themselves up to, wow, pretty much easily the 30-metre mark. The Tigers are going to have to do something here. One of their players is down again. We've really had a stop-start affair with the injuries so far this afternoon. As he ambles up and wanders back into his position in the line, and the Tigers are ready to take on, that looks like the number 10, Iron Baden. Iron Baden,
yes.
Denman going the short side. Pops it out to the winger there. In Samson O'Neill on that side, I think. Coming back on the 50-metre line. Iron Baden getting another run. He's working hard, the number 10 for the Denman Devils, and they've got themselves some good territory on the final tackle. The referee's arm in the air. They go on the short side again with a dummy, draw the fullback, and score a very easy try. That's pretty bad defence from the Aberdeen Tigers on the last tackle. Didn't even consider the possibility that they might put it through the hands. They were just ready for the kick mark.
Yes, they were, and that's not very good follow, because that's one of Denman's main outlets. When you've watched the game or watched Denman play, they run on the last quite a lot, and that pays off very well quite often for him.
So before his dad rings again, it's Ryan. Big lip lump of a lad. No, you've got Samson O'Neill on this wing and Dan Smith on that wing for the Devils, and plenty of speed between the two of them. So it's really unique that Olds I've watched play from fullback. He's been in the halves and now he's in the centres. There's still a few players out, I believe, due to work commitments and injury. So it's going to be a battle in the middle with the big boys like the Weedy Baker, your Dan Hoogerworths, and then throw it over the other side, the Batten brothers, Brady Bankovic, big Isaac McCormick. So as you can see there, just throwing caution to the wind and doing it on the last tackle rather than your standard kick.
Reggie, you've been around Group 21 for a long time. Mark just mentioned the fact that Denman do like to run it on the last tackle. Are teams aware of this? Do they look at these videos and make themselves aware of what the opposition are likely to do? I
mean, I guess it's like watching Adam Clydesdale. You know he's going to do something. When's he going to do it?
The trick is stopping it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. So they're aware of it. It's just a matter of being up to the challenge and knowing when to pressure that side.
25 minutes to go in this first half. The Denman Devils have got themselves the lead for the first time this afternoon. 10-6 ahead of the home side Tigers in pink today. The Tigers finally get the ball back to the middle of the field, and they're going to punch it down. It wasn't too bad a start after they gave up the last lot of 6 points. Denman went the entire length of the field to score again. And the ball is punched down to the same position. One of the forwards bringing that big up. Is that Batten again? He certainly pumps those legs when he gets to the defensive line. Coming to the short side for the Denman Devils.
Back on the ready.
Surely he was offside. That's the only thing that makes sense. In which case it was a silly manoeuvre to get in the way of the player.
I believe he got him for a shoulder.
Oh, certainly didn't see many.
No, he's got him for an offside.
Yeah.
Single.
Didn't need much of an explanation there. But Aberdeen come back up. What are we doing here now?
Put the scrum down. With the Aberdeen's feed in the scrum.
So.
Accidental offside.
Oh, okay. All right, well, Aberdeen thought they were staring down the barrel of a penalty against them and giving up a heap of territory, when instead got themselves a scrum, and they are 20 metres away from the Denman side. Coming down the short side, a nice little scrum manoeuvre, and the ball has been ripped out.
It went backwards, play on.
Well, Denman have been just full of tricks this afternoon. Anything that the Aberdeen Tigers do that's sensible and good.
They're entangled.
Unfortunately, they make a bit of a hash of it, as the Denman Devils now, back to where we were just a moment ago, looking to work it out. That looks like James Olds again, bunching through a couple of players. Or was it Ethan Foles? Ethan Foles, the fullback. Denman stretching it out. There's our man Batten. Pushes away from a couple of players, gets through what looked like a sort of a high tackle, but the referee's not interested in it. He's tackled pretty much on the halfway line. Denman looking to add to their tally on the scoreboard. Oh, Weedy Baker comes in with a swinging arm there.
No. Footy.
And we got a bit of a push you, shove me. He certainly went in there with some intent.
Separate your team.
We've got the
Josh.
touch judge coming in with a report.
Josh. Hey. Stay back. I know that. Separate the mark. Jackson, can you hold the mark?
Just checking to see if we could change the referee there because of a bit of feedback coming through, but
Could we pick up what the penalty was for, other than what we assume, which is swinging arm?
Swinging arm in the tackle.
Must have been just a bit of a caution as well. Weedy perhaps getting a little bit carried away. Denman Devils with a great opportunity to add to their tally of 10 points. 22 minutes to go in this first half at Aberdeen. There we go. That's number 11. Jaden Kennedy taking it up. Comes back to the dummy half. Halfback picks up the number 19 there. Don't have a name against that number plate, but he gets it to the shadows of the goal line. Denman really threatening now. Here's dummies to the 26, Toby Mallinson, and they've made a bit of a hash of it. They get another opportunity, though. The Tigers doing what they can to try and stop it. They need to be a bit desperate, don't they, the Aberdeen Tigers? They can't let the Denman Devils get away from them.
They just look a little flat in the middle there at the moment, and if they'll regroup and come back, they should be able to stem this out. It's the speed out wide of Denman that's really struggling with it.
It's the 1-2 punch, that speed out wide, and the big boys in the middle are really causing some problems. Mallinson feeds the scrum, goes to the number 9, Ned Chapman, who passes it out to Foles. He dances, he's taken down. No, he's not. Not secured by 2 or 3 Aberdeen Tigers. He still doesn't get on the ground. They're doing their best to get him there, but he stands up the entire way. The Denman Devils have got the entire open side now. On the second tackle, they're just 5 metres out. Still coming back to the open side through the hands there. A couple of the reserves. Oh, that was more good luck than management for the Denman Devils, as Mallinson has picked up and dumped. Referee thought he was going to do something about it, but then he seemed pretty happy with that. Is that the number 19?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have to get a name on him at some stage if he's going to stay out there. Nice short ball from Ned Chapman.
That was great play.
He looked like he was going to throw out a big Wally Lewis cutout pass, but instead picked up the short man, and the Aberdeen Tigers, they were caught looking out wide as well, and now they've gone in for their third try with a 14-6 lead. Denman Devils showing some effort this afternoon.
Yeah, Ned Chapman come out of the dummy half, and he looked to go long with that pass, and he just gives this little tiny short pass, and it got everyone by surprise.
A really smart move. So the Aberdeen Tigers, for all their efforts this afternoon, it really is their defence that seems to be letting them down at the moment. Denman Devils finding opportunities to be able to continue to rack up the score. The last time I was here, the Thoroughbreds really put it to the Tigers. I can't believe that they're going to allow this to happen on a day when, you know, they're trying to honour the women of their club with these pink jerseys.
Just to throw it out there too, Ewan Batten is the 19. They look identical. They're twins.
Ewan Batten is the 19.
Ryan Batten
Yeah.
is the other 10.
So not only do they look the same, it's almost the same name too. Thanks to the Batten family from the commentators of the world. Could one of them not be called Ben? Just, you know, Ben Batten. That would have been fine. Bit of alliteration. Everyone would have been happy with that. Olds lines up another conversion. So far he's 1 for 2. He's now 2 for 3. And the score is 16-6 with the visiting Denman Devils leading. Still 19 minutes to go in this first half at Aberdeen. The Tigers are going to have to find a way to get the ball back and be the next team to score. Otherwise, this one could get away from them.
Say how bad you're doing. That was not in a bad way. That was the camera lady that actually picked the player.
Right.
She's got a better zoom than
Ash is doing a great job. Thanks, Ash. The Denman Devils bring it back. Oh, and they made a mocker. Made an absolute... And it's been picked up by the Tigers. Well, they've done this twice now, the Denman Devils. They've made a mistake and not jumped on the ball and made it dead. And now they've given up what will be 6 points, and they've let the Tigers back into this game, Mark.
That's one hell of a coach killer, and they've done it twice.
Who'd be a coach? Twice. That was pretty messy. I mean, it's fair enough that, you know, you give it to a forward and maybe he juggles it and puts it down, but until the referee blows that whistle, the game's not over. The game hasn't stopped. I wonder if they're going to come back to regret that. And the Aberdeen Tigers have got to be absolutely blessing their luck. They didn't look like in fact, they've hardly even had the ball for about the last 10 minutes, except when they've been kicking off. And now they're right back in this one. I'd like to advocate to the president of Group 21 for future that all jerseys have the numbers on the front and the back, if we could get that organised for you know, seasons to come, please, Mark.
Yes, it's something that needs to happen when you're up here and watching the game.
Yeah.
For sure.
Either that or they all wear big helmets with a number on the side of them, something like that.
I mean, a one-off game, it is pretty difficult when they've got their jerseys on, but you can usually pick them out by their boots or a piece of tape or something. The only one that I can separate out of it, like I'd be shot with today with the Halliwell brothers and the way my vision is.
Yep.
Anyone stands out for me is Weedy
Weedy
Baker.
Yeah. Mainly because of that hairstyle.
Yep.
As the ball goes through the conversion, and we've now got ourselves a scoreline of 16-12 with the Denman Devils leading 17.5 minutes to go. Aberdeen Tigers, I just mentioned, they must be absolutely thrilled with the luck that's come their way. They were just blessed with 6 points, and now they get the ball back again from the kickoff. Denman certainly taking their time to get back to halfway. The ball might actually beat them there this time. As we set up, we've got the cone there because you can't kick a ball off the ground without a cone in modern times. And there we go, the ball going out to the sunny side of the field. This is going to be a big collision. Nice run there. I like that. Excellent run. And there's a dead soldier there as well. There's a Denman player who is not well going into that tackle. Boy, this has been a stop-start affair. There have been players injured. There is a great deal of concern for the man that's down there. Fortunately, he is moving.
Got the referee turned up, just trying to... There's been no discussion there at the moment.
I think he just got himself in the way of a rampaging rhino in pink.
And unfortunately, we see it all too often in incidents like that when the player goes in and you've got multiple people going in for the collision. And
was it Fraser Evans bringing that ball back?
I was focused on the other stuff. Sorry, mate.
That's all right. It's certainly a big unit who loves to take the ball into the teeth of the defence. There's Fraser Evans. He got himself up to, what are we looking at? Almost up to the 30-metre line from just the one run, and has certainly shown some concern for this Denman player. He's now sitting up.
It's one of the Batum boys.
It's not Ion, is it? Ion Batum?
Ion.
Ion Batum?
Just trying to see. No, it must be Ion. I think that's Ewan. Just there in the 19.
Oh, yeah, there's the 19, Ewan, so, yeah.
Big collision, multiple people going into that one space to hit that player, and that's something they're going to look at anyway. We know the NRL's trying to reduce that.
Yeah, in all levels of football there is a real concern because this seems to be the place where more players are getting injured, coming off the back fence into 3 or 4 blokes. It can so easily happen, but it's such an important part of the game. It's hard to believe that we could, perhaps have restarts that don't begin with this.
Well, I know it's going to happen. Something's going to change, and I don't want to see it taken out of the game. Maybe they limit it to 2 people going into the game.
Into the tackle.
2 people off a kick-off.
Well, actually, it was the number 20. He's just turned his back, whoever the number 20 is. As he's wandering off, we're assuming it's a
see the rest of that for the game then?
I would assume so. He gets gentle applause from the crowd.
It's Iron Batum.
Yep. Yeah, Iron, he's wearing the number 20, but he's down for the number 10.
Okie dokie. And now we might not have to worry too much about it. Fraser Evans on the, what are we looking like? 25-metre line, thereabouts, 25-metre mark. And this will be the first tackle. 16 in Semi Devui comes onto the field. Should be able to tell the difference between him and the other Baden boy. Aberdeen taking it up now. They've had themselves a good break and they've got themselves back into the match. There's a good opportunity for them to maybe get down the other end and score some points as the unmistakable Weedy Baker takes up. He's brought down by that man in Devui who has just come onto the field. Coming to the western side there, a step and a swerve, and a little bit hard to put down as we get right onto the halfway mark. Still a couple of tackles to come for the Aberdeen Tigers as they keep it up in the middle of the field. There's Fraser Evans, who's still fresh after that big run from the kickoff. Now we're on the final tackle. Which way are they going to go? Over to the eastern side. As the ball goes up, I wouldn't describe that as a particularly great kick, although they can put some pressure on the winger who put one down earlier. Good tackle from the Aberdeen Tigers there, and that is the number 5 in Dan Smith. Short side move from the Denman Devils, getting themselves up to, looks to be about the 20-metre mark, just a couple of metres inside the eastern touchline. On the third tackle, we're almost up to the 40. Still coming back to the middle of the field, a step and a swerve. And if he get his hands free and got that ball to the player, the referee says that was fine. The Aberdeen Tigers faithful are not happy with that call. I think they might be right too. I think that ball went forward. Mallinson turns it back inside. And there's Baden, who knocks one back, and he's put down by Weedy Baker. A short side move with another little chip kick. These clever kicks have been good for the Devils. Nice move.
A foot race.
Olds was desperate for that one to stay in there so he could put some more pressure on the Tigers like he did with that very clever try earlier. Good raid from the Denman Devils there, although I'm pretty sure the referee may well have missed a bit of a knock-on. I'm sure the Aberdeen Tigers faithful feel that's the case.
I think that's...
Play the ball, 20 in, boys.
I should have had that mic'd, the referee mic'd on then. I think that's what the question Hoogs was asking, but the touch judge did stay back as well, so... Getting a little bit from the Greater Branxton boys who were big fans, and Jesse Cronin, if you were here, you could take over for me today. I should not even be here. So shout out to Tyler Carter and Jesse Cronin, and have a go tomorrow, boys.
We couldn't do it without you, Reggie.
I'd rather be home in bed.
Some big power play there in those names you mentioned, Reggie.
Most definitely.
Aberdeen Tigers with their set. Still a couple to go. They've managed to get past the 30-metre mark. Fraser Evans takes it up into the middle of the field, just about up to the 40, crawling, grabbing another yard and a half there. Weedy Baker also part of this shift.
Oh, here he goes again.
He is a struggle to get down. Somebody's got to go his legs first of all. There's no point going any higher on him. His final tackle.
His legs are like treat. Oh, that's a beautiful torpedo kick.
Josh Tickle with a beautiful kick, and it finds touch. Looks like on the 20-metre line.
I want to ask you, if that bloke is running flat out at you, would you go around the thighs of him? Seriously?
No, I'd try and hit his ankles as quickly as I can. The only way to get a big bloke down is to get around those ankles, and you got to go in as hard as you can. You can't go in half-assed, that's for sure. I mean, look, I'm going back to when I used to play. My actual preference would have been a shoulder charge, but that's been outlawed. Here we go with the...
I'll throw something in his face, because believe you me, there'll be something there.
The Denman Devils working their way out. The score is 16-12. It's kind of settled into a bit of a torrid affair just in the last few minutes. Nobody really threatening the try lines.
Good run there by Brady. Well tackled and wrapped up there.
Nicely done
in
there.
The centre of the field.
Fraser Evans. He and Benke would have come up against each other many, many times before.
Played alongside each other last year too.
Yeah.
For a few years.
Denman moving back to the middle of the field as they cross the halfway line. Well, now he couldn't have been more surprised, Semi Davui catching that ball. I don't think he expected that. He thought he was going to be a decoy as he's put down on the final tackle. The ball goes to Mallinson, who hoisted up. The Bombs have been, let's say, a little bit average. His boys are going to get to it. Oh, well taken.
Fantastic out there by the number 2.
Jacob Cordina, that was a pretty brave take because he knew he was going to get belted.
Here we go. That's a great run. We've seen a number of times the Tigers making easy yards going down the blinds as wingers usually shoot into the play, but good metres at the moment for the Tigers.
I think that might have been one of the Halliwell boys.
Josh Halliwell, yeah.
For the Tigers to do something today, I think the Halliwell boys are really going to have to start.
I think that's another one there. That's nearly a penalty for...
Well, that's way too slow. Something should have been done about that. As the ball comes to Josh Tickle, who hoists it up. That's a better bomb than what we've seen recently. A real contest. Oh, he goes up and brings it down again.
He blocked him.
Samson O'Neill?
Yeah. 4. Penalty again. Penalty to Aberdeen.
Oh.
Yeah, against the number 4 for blocking.
4 blocked him out. He stepped in the way of him.
I thought the term was escort. Isn't that the popular term these days for that sort of thing? I don't know if he needed to. O'Neill seemed to have himself...
Yeah, I thought it was O'Neill and the person on the ground that connected.
Escort. Are you getting that, Graham?
Still good opportunity for the Aberdeen Tigers here.
Getting an escort? Yeah.
He did say escort.
Yeah.
Denman want to challenge it.
Challenge it. Send it up here to our box.
No, they're all right.
As you can hear the referee in the background just there. It looks like Dan Hoogerworth, yeah. I'm just trying to... No, it's Cameron French. Cameron French.
As the Aberdeen Tigers, with a new set of 6 and the opportunity with 10 minutes to go in this first half to even up the scores, which would be great going into half-time. Weedy Baker unmistakably takes it up into the defence. You'd love to find somebody trailing him because he could get that hand free and slip a nice little pass.
Generally, he always does.
Going out to the eastern side.
Oh, give it.
Beautiful backline move from the Aberdeen Tigers, but well defended from Denman. That was a tackle that had to be made, and it was. Just 5 metres out. Picking up the number 14 in Dan James, taking it up there. Still coming back towards. There's Fraser Evans. Shame he had to reach back for that ball, because if he had a full head of steam, he really would have challenged. He did get over the line and I believe held up is the call.
That was some very much needed defence from Sukunavalu then. He chopped him down real well.
Great defence from the Denman Devils on their line. There we go with a nice dribble through. Look out, this could be trouble.
Person got speed. Oh, that's Brady. No, Brady.
Brady saved himself at 90 metres by falling down almost immediately. Well done.
He's a very noble player and not greedy. He wanted someone else to score.
That's the right thing to do. That's team play. As the Denman Devils breathe a sigh of relief and work their way out of their own line. Still good attack from the Aberdeen Tigers. They'll be, despite not scoring points, they'd be pretty happy with what they put on there. A dummy and a swerve. Weedy Baker in the full, almost in the sweeping position, makes a great tackle there as the Denman Devils get themselves up to the 40-metre line. Moving back right into the middle of the field. This is turning into a pretty tight affair, a bit of an arm wrestle, Mark.
So yeah, it's turned into a really good, hard contest up the middle of the field. So.
That's a better bomb. That's going to challenge him.
I think he'll have
plenty
no problem.
Of time.
Yeah.
Almost. I think we detected almost a little drop there, but well done to Josh Halliwell, taking the ball up. And this is a good place for the Aberdeen Tigers to start their next set.
Some strong defence there. That's strong from O'Neill.
Really good work from the Denman Devils. And we're
working the head on the ground. Number 6.
Oh, there you go. That's a touch judge's call.
Working the head on the ground.
That's become a big issue in our game lately. So yeah,
we used to call it a facial back in the day. Is this the new term for the facial? Working the head.
It's great that we've actually got the capacity now with the facilities that we've got to listen to the touch judges.
Absolutely.
Oh,
good run. Great tackle.
Both sides at the moment just seem to be playing the safe game and straight up the middle and sort of going away from the original structure they started with. Do you think so?
Yeah, a bit of a war of attrition at the moment. Maybe the players are a little bit tired. They haven't really been able to get into this match because of the stop-start affair that we had in the first 20 minutes. Only 8 minutes to go in this first half, and the Aberdeen Tigers in their pink throw it out the back line, heading toward the eastern touchline. Halliwell's well handled there by the Devils. They've still got a couple of tackles to go in this set. They'd really love to be able to draw the scores together as we get into the shadows of half-time. Fraser Evans.
I don't know what that was. He came through the other side, but now it's out.
Coming back towards the post on about the 20-metre line as we get a chip over the top. Not sure if the kick actually went backwards or forward, but it didn't matter because the Tigers... Tom Morgan took the ball and then passed it straight back to the Devils, who have shown some really stout defence on their own try line for the last couple of goes. Yeah,
the Devils are sort of holding back up now, and their defence has picked up. And I'd say the message has gone out that you need to support. If the ball goes loose, you must control it.
Well, defence wins matches, and their defence has been quite good in the last 10 minutes for the Denman Devils as they work their way up towards the halfway line, I should say.
Ooh.
Thought there might have been that we did see a player go off with stomping not that long ago. I'm glad we didn't see anything to that effect on this occasion. From the dummy half, the ball is punched down. Must have been before the 5th because the winger just managed to get himself back there. That's the number 5, Tom Morgan, bringing it up. And the new set for the Aberdeen Tigers will start from about the 25-metre line.
Well, they're all in front of the referee then too. Oh, and a drop ball right off the back of it for young Emery.
Here we go.
It was just that uncharacteristic, but it was just the angle and the force of that under the ribs hit there. Good tackle.
That's it. A good tackle sometimes brings a great reward, and Denman, now with 6 minutes to go in the first half, could push themselves out to a bit of a lead. They're going to start...
Did Josh Miles start off the bench? Can anyone tell me?
Josh Miles being the halfback.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen him much before now. As Denman go back towards the middle of the field, Mallinson fields it out. That was a forward pass. Unfortunately,
that was dead set forward, right in front of me.
Touch judge was actually covered by a couple of players. That's why he didn't see it, and the referee was getting back his 10, so that's why it wasn't picked up. So Denman breathed a sigh of relief, and they continue on the attack. They're in the middle of the field, about 18 metres out from the Aberdeen Tigers try line as it comes back through the number 7, who steps and he swerves and he pushes and he throws a loose pass that's taken by the Aberdeen Tigers. Well, that was Josh Miles, who actually did some really good work and messed it all up, and they get the penalty.
Late hit for Denman on Brady Bankovic. What do you do?
Didn't see it.
Picked up.
And that's the number 11 for Denman. Jaden Kennedy getting awfully close. Where's the big Baden boy?
Big Ewan. Jordan Bull also the ability there. They've got numbers and a structure of set play to the right here, but they're going to the left.
They're certainly trying to outflank the Tigers, who push it back into the middle. Great tackle there. That needed to be made. As the Denman Devils come back to the open side, Mallinson dummies to everybody, gets there, and if he could have reached out, I reckon he would have planted that down. He was close enough, but he didn't get there. We're just a couple of metres out with another couple of tackles for the Devils as they sweep it out their back line. A massive cutout pass straight to the winger. Not a fan of those myself, but he's stepping back inside. He's going around all the Aberdeen Tigers players until he's tackled back where that ball was passed to him from just a couple of moments ago. Paid for it too, by the way, as again they assault the eastern touchline. Denman Devils going through a couple of the Tigers player who all get there, form a bit of a scrum on the final tackle, and the referee says we're going to hand that over, thanks. Great defence from the Aberdeen Tigers.
Yeah, very much so, mate. They had the pressure on there, but Denman a few stupid decisions to not come to this right side when they had numbers.
Yeah, and also throwing a big cutout pass doesn't...
Those lobbed as well, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Fraser Evans bringing it up. He's been really good for them in the first half. The Tigers, it's hard work for them. Denman aren't getting him let. Well, that's when's he tackled? He crawled longer than he actually ran. The Tigers coming out to the western touchline. That's the number 3 there in Cameron French, who goes back in and is put down on the 30. And we get it punched down. Drew Gilbert, was he tackled late? The Tigers aren't presented it. Touch judge haven't stopped. The players have.
Go back to the play.
Yeah, right.
So
we got the call there. They thought it was clear.
Yep. It's just watching any activity at the back. We'll have to zoom right out for those ones. Samson O'Neill gives it on to Olds out here, who steps back in, goes back into the ruck.
Benny Jones is on the field. Aberdeen's going for a bit of speed in the back line. We're going on number 17.
Boy, Olds took an age to be put down, and the Aberdeen Tigers all over him in there. Only 2 and a bit minutes to go in this first half, with Denman leading 16-12. They're on their 40-metre line. We're going to see any more points at this half. It doesn't look like the players are really getting too creative. They're all looking a little bit tired this afternoon, and we've still got another half to go.
Laying in the ruck a bit there.
When's too long? Certainly.
Jordan Bull. Taps it onto Devui. Very...
Great tackle there on Devui. If he could have got... He's lost it. And he lost the ball getting up. Who'd be a coach?
Well, I'd go Daniel Hugerworth with the good hit, and then someone was on the neck after that. And
I think he just got up a little bit too quickly. You know, he's got to get up, secure the ball, get on with it. So, just 2 minutes to go. Scrum pretty much on halfway. The Aberdeen Tigers, perhaps the final say in this first half, Mark.
Yeah, I think the Tigers will be happy going into half-time. If they don't put points on the scoreboard this time, I think they'll be happy going in without letting Denman go in again when they were so close there earlier.
Quite agree. Cameron French there, as the ball is taken up by another one of the Tigers, and he's lost the ball. This is getting a little bit ropey in the shadows of the half-time siren.
So Mitch Comerford, he played reserve grade, and now he's come on as the number 16 for reserve grade.
Well, he has an excuse for being tired, I would have to say, if that's the case.
Worthy, just stop. Worthy, stop. Worthy, just stop, mate. I've got blood bin here, mate.
Oh.
Got blood.
Blood bin for which player?
Number 3 for the Aberdeen Tigers being
Cameron French.
Cameron French. Turn the referee's mic back down now so as we don't hear that static.
So are Denman going to take the opportunity with 1 minute to go to put on a sweeping backline movement, or are they just going to feed it to somebody who gets tackled and maybe set it up? They did have some success much earlier in this half when they went the short side. Picked themselves up a nice try.
I really like the combination of Olds and Sampson and O'Neill as well. I think that it'd be good to see them and Sukanavalu in a move.
Personally, I'd like to see the entire backline on one side of the field and see if they can draw and pass and get themselves through.
Gone are the days of that, mate.
Just don't see it anymore. Kids today.
That's like pushing in the scrum.
Oh, takes me back.
Mac Dawson, yes, mate, thank you. And, I'll be in the backseat of my car at half time. I can guarantee that. Have my sleep.
That game's not that bad.
Oh, it's a good game. I shouldn't be here, Bear.
It's nice to see a tight scoreline, actually. Sometimes we've had a lot of blowouts. In fact, we've had many blowouts in Group 21 this year.
Yeah, I was really excited to see this game, and it's living up for every bit of the match that I thought we were
Here we go.
have.
A chip over the top, and the Denman Devil was most definitely interfered with. Is there going to be a penalty? Yeah, there is. That was pretty silly. I thought the Tigers had it well and truly covered. They didn't need to do what they did.
Dan Hugelworth. Oh, penalty.
All right, the clock is still running. Less than a minute to go. The penalty is pretty much right in front. Are they going to try and add to that scoreline?
I would. That would have been my call to...
Yeah, no, they've decided to feed it back to Devui, who takes it up right in the middle of the field. We're going to get maybe 2 or 3 more tackles, I guess. We'll see if they try another trick shot, the Devils.
Jordan Ball.
Big run. Wouldn't mind seeing some of these forwards come from greater depth, perhaps even on the edge, to try and punch through the centres on the Aberdeen Tigers. Here we go on the move for the Tigers. If he could have got those arms free, that would have been a nice opportunity for Denman. Well defended by the Tigers. Still a couple of minutes.
23 seconds.
20 seconds to go in this first half. Can they add to their lead? They would love it.
A few seconds out here. So
Tigers need to show some desperate defence to prevent them getting too far away. As they come back towards the middle of the field. The dummy.
Miles, he had to reach out. He was right there.
If he'd have reached out, he would have definitely scored.
Siren's going in 3 seconds.
What do we got? Still coming out to the wing. The big cutout
that's
ball.
A beautiful ball.
Oh, well, dear, oh, dear. Nicely done to Samson O'Neill. Great try. Who was the author of that pass?
That was Mallison.
Mallinson, who has probably been about the best player attacking-wise for the Devils. And I tell you what, the Tigers have got really disappointed. All they needed to do was mark up there, Mark.
They never counted, never watched their opposite number, and never spread out.
Beautiful ball, though.
It was a fantastic ball.
It wasn't the lob cut-out pass that we saw earlier that we're saying. It was just a power pass. So.
It was a dart. You know, that's what those balls need to be.
Straight and direct to the mark, and it hit the chest.
Yeah.
Well, can see Daniel Hugerworth down here at the moment, a little bit frustrated, waiting for an opportunity to speak to the referee, of course, going into the half-time break.
I still can't believe they managed to do it. Literally, as the siren was being sounded, the Devils have got themselves a nice 8-point lead, possibly 10 points. Are we backing Olds in?
Yeah, I'm going for him this time. I won't mock him. Can't miss from the same spot twice. Everyone went quiet when I said that. What's going on? You could waiting to throw.
I was going to disagree with you, just for the sake of argument.
Already over there playing.
But the touch judge is behind the field, the post, so he can't tell them off. Here he goes, moves into it.
He's got it. He's got it.
Just inside the left upright and gives them a 10-point lead, 22-12. The Denman Devils against the Aberdeen Tigers. That's your first half on Footy Fever.
And we'll be back in the not too distant future for the second half.
I just stuck a chip in my mouth right then.
And we're back, just as you said that. Sorry, Bear.
That's quite all right. That's quite all right. We are here at McKinnon as the lights have come on and the players are just coming back onto the field for the second half matchup.
Who was your standout? Who was your standout for the first half?
Mallinson was probably the best, I thought, for certainly an attack for Denman, although James Old was threatening every time he went near the ball. For the Tigers, Weedy Baker certainly stood out. Mark, what about you?
I thought Richie Graham had a really good part in that game.
Yes.
As a former fullback myself, I tell you, I like young Halliwell at fullback. He's doing really well. He's doing really well too.
Is that sorry? Josh Halliwell?
Yes.
We talked about this before. If the Halliwell brothers have a good game, the Tigers are a better than even chance of winning this matchup. As Denman kick the ball off as they're heading towards the northern end of the field, the Tigers coming back towards their dressing sheds. And we start hostilities again. Is that Fraser Evans taking the ball up into the Denman Devils defence. He's very difficult and hard to be put down. Certainly Ned Chapman doing his very best for Denman. Another good run there from the Aberdeen Tigers. Got our way up to about the 30-metre line for the home side, right in the middle of the field. As they continue coming towards the commentary box. We're almost up to the 40 now. One of the smaller men taking it into the Devils' defence there. Going back the opposite way. Oh, good run.
Great fend.
Fantastic run. This is what we need to see from the Tigers at the beginning of this half, and no mistakes as well as it goes to the back line. And it's punched downfield by, I think, was Josh Tickle there. It's taken by Ethan Foles, coming back towards, in fact, over the 30-metre line. Good place to start for the Devils in this second half. They got themselves a handy lead, 22-12 after that try, as the siren was being sounded at the first half. Felt like a very quick half-time break, actually.
It was very quick, wasn't it?
Denman Devils having a bit of an argument amongst themselves there. One of the players not very happy with the decision that was made. That's the number 7 there, Josh Miles, dumbing to a couple of players and picking up Devui, who gets it over the halfway line. Still a couple of tackles for him in this set. Going back to the open side through Mallinson, picking up Olds, who gets around a couple of players and through before the Tigers come back to him and put him down. Now we're on the last tackle. Who's getting the ball this time? That looks like Mallinson again. He hoists it far and wide. Some pressure on a Tiger who I'm hoping didn't touch that ball as it went dead. See what the ref says.
I haven't got a touch, no.
No, he hasn't got a touch.
He hasn't. He certainly wasn't going to give it up either as he races the ball back and is brought down by Devui for this set of 6 for the Tigers. Coming back to the western side of the field. Tigers put down just before the 40-metre line, at which they go over this time. He's met by Brady Benkovic in defence. Quick play the ball. Nice big quick play the ball. As Fraser Evans goes down in the middle of the field. Aberdeen Tigers actually getting some good distance. I'm wondering what the coach had to say at half-time, because it seems to be working. They've been more threatening in these first 5 minutes of this second half than they were in the entire first half. There's the last tackle, 25 metres out, right in the middle of the field. Chip kick over the top. He is going to... Oh, nicely done. Well taken. Well taken. That was the number 3 there, Sukanavalu. Well done for the Devils. Devils seem to handle that pretty easily in defence.
A great run there. Hang on.
Really good run. What do we got?
2 in the tackle.
2 in the tackle. Great run by Daniel Smith.
Huh?
He reefed it out.
No one's questioning it either, so that shows to me Daniel had been in there.
Well, that's the kind of mistake that Aberdeen can't really afford to keep making, because the Devils are the ones who have got the lead, and they'll be more than happy, although that was a pretty lame kick for touch. They would have liked a bit more territory than that. There goes the number 11. Jaden Kennedy taking it up. He's been pretty good too for the Devils in this game so far. That's through Chapman. Back inside to Devui. Right into the middle of the field, just over the halfway mark. Going back out to the open side through Mallinson. Looked like there might have been an intercept on there, but they managed to get through. Now the ball's out to O'Neill, who's finally brought down by the Tigers. 20 metres out, they're coming back to the open side. All through the hands, picking up Devui now. Is he going to keep feeding it? He pushes on to a player brought down by the Tigers. Still a couple of tackles to go in this set. The referee...
16 did. No, Denman left with the elbow. Penalty over
I was going to look.
Oh, a penalty against the man with the ball.
Devui's right arm was up pretty high, so...
With the elbow.
That's a touch judge call.
Wow.
So, I saw it the same.
Not often that you see a penalty given against the team with the ball, and that's a bit of a waste of an opportunity for the Devils. As the ball is punched out, and the Tigers about the 35-metre mark on this western touchline. They're down by 10 points. They're going to want to score some more points soon to be able to get back into this match. They can't get into a battle of attrition as they're taken down on the 40-metre line. Jaden Kennedy in defence there. Now that would be Mitch Comerford by the look of it, who was pushed down by that man Devui, who was penalty. Very, very slow. We were talking about this at half-time, that some of the play the balls were pretty slow. Now that's a mistake for the Tigers, but at least they've managed to clean it up on this occasion.
Fraser Evans.
He's been really good for them so far. Just not exactly a great pass. When it goes to the big guys in the middle of the field, it's really got to be right in front of them to their chest, not up into their shoulder. What do you reckon, mate?
Oh, I'll let Mark into that.
Yeah, sorry, I was busy doing Group 21 stuff, organising for tomorrow.
Well, 100%. It's got to be in front of them. You don't want it behind or slightly behind, because it also...
Oh, look out. There was actually raking in that scrum. Are you allowed to do that still?
Hold here.
I'm just going to leave the touch judges turned on here. No, nothing from it. Mallison with the ball.
Yeah. Back to the number 12. Isaac McCormack brought down just over halfway as this new set. There's Devui, who's been very busy, and he manages to get himself through a couple of tackles. He's a hard runner. Penalised a short time ago for having his bumpers up too high, but they'll be happy with that run, the Devils. Back to Mallinson. We've got a bit of a move set there by the Devils, and it's the opportunity has been wasted. Now, is there a knock on there? No, he's saying it's gone backwards.
He went back, called from the touch judges. Mallison again with an offload onto young Ned Chapman.
Denman haven't really come out with the same vigour that they had in the first half. They're looking to make their backline do the work for them as he skipped through a couple of Tigers there and brought down 20 metres out on the... Not even that, actually. 10 metres out on the final tackle. They got the entire field open to them. Mallinson puts it through the hands. Comes to Miles, to Devui. What's he going to do with it? He throws himself out a big cutout ball. Picks up the number 5 there in Dan Smith, who skips back inside, gets away from a couple of Tigers, and he's brought down.
Somebody needed to be screaming at him then. That's the communication you need. So
somebody should be saying to a player, screaming at a player when it's the last tackle, we need a better option than just being tackled with it. The Tigers are very, very happy with their defence there.
The Denman have lost their go forward up the middle. Without the Devui going forward, they're just going side to side, and
that's
need
it.
to get that forward back in the middle again.
That's what got him the lead.
Jones with a solid run. Great tackle by Jordan Bull. Bit of a call to get him on side.
Tigers very slow.
Dan's looking a bit short there.
Yep, we just heard that from the touch judge saying that 10's looking a bit short there.
I don't think.
Nice run there. Brought down by Chapman and the 11 in Jaden Kennedy.
To Fraser Evans against straight up the middle.
There you go. He'll be feeling better about that after the error he made just a short time ago. Not a bad kick downfield. Hasn't picked up a lot of territory. Dan Smith bringing it back for the Devils. He's got himself up to about the 25 metre before he's met to the defence. Spins out and then gets to the 30 pretty much. This is a great start. He's lost the ball there in the tackle. He gets a rub of the head.
When you put that down to the great line, the defensive line was up in one line from Aberdeen. It was good to see.
Now we've got a bit of a push you and carry on. And this all started from a rub of the head. I mean, there really isn't any need to do that.
Leave it, Worthy.
Of course the opposition's going to take exception.
This could turn into a penalty easily for the extra play there from Jones.
It did all start from a Tiger doing that to a Devil.
No, he's just going to place the scrum down.
We're just going to get on with it. No extracurricular activity to be penalised. And now a great opportunity 30 minutes to go. This first part of the second half has actually been a bit dour. There hasn't been a lot of attack. Now the Tigers have a great opportunity to try and get within 4 points. Here they come to the western side, back into the middle of the field. That's a good run, met by the 7 in Josh Miles by the Devils. Slow played the ball, as we've been experiencing all afternoon. Here we go with Fraser Evans taking it up. He had plays in support, but just wanted to run into the Devils' defence. Another slow play the ball. Coming back past the post. We've got a backline movement, and well read. That had to have been Olds, who came racing up and absolutely smashed his opposite number down. Still, they got the numbers on the short side, the Tigers. A pretty ordinary pass from dummy half. In fact, so ordinary it went forward, I think. Yeah.
Well, that was a touch judge call again, so...
Wasted opportunity for the Tigers there. They had a chance to be able to apply some pressure to Denman, and just an errant pass. That's not what they practiced during the week, I'm sure.
You talk about the slow play of the balls. There's no urgency to from either side to get up in a hurry, is there?
Yeah, that's true. If they were thrashing around a little bit, they might force Worthy's hand to penalise them, but they're not. They're just as slow as the tacklers. What do we got?
He's talking. Can't hear him. There we go. Fended scrum, and out the back it comes.
Here we go. Oh, nice tackle there. Tigers showing a little bit of sting in defence, certainly at the beginning of this second half. So coming out to the western touchline. It looks like might have been Dan Smith, who was put down by 3 Tigers players back towards the middle of the field. I would say that would have been Sulanavaku.
They really need to get down to a good kick this time, the Devils, and Jordan Ball takes the ball over the 30-metre line, centre of the field.
And he gets his hands away. That's what we'd like to see a bit more of. And good backing out. The ball's been stolen by that Tiger.
Tickle.
Excellent work.
Fantastic move.
John Tickle.
Really smart play. Now they've got themselves in this position to be able to threaten. James Olds in the middle of the field there for the Devils. Slows things back down again. The number 17 there. Ben Jones slips and falls and is tackled right on the 30-metre line. Still in the middle of the field. Fraser Evans. He only knows one way, and that is straight over the top and into the defence. Tigers coming to the eastern touchline, putting it through the hands. Halfback is smashed. Can he draw and pass it? No. The winger was completely unmarked. That was a ball that needed to be passed.
Last tackle.
Coming back our way. And the ball is hoisted up. That's going to go so dead it's not funny.
Yeah.
Pretty ordinary finish from the Tigers. Needed to be better than that. They've still got just under 30 minutes to go in this second half.
Now they've got a seven set tackle coming up.
Yeah.
7 tackle set.
Still, Denman haven't exactly come out and played like the team that we saw in the first half. Well, there's a Tiger who was well offside.
Still back having a bit of a push and shove with young. You'll see this here, Smith taking a hit up at Jones. They're having a running battle at the moment, but it's gone to the open side of Brady Benkovic. Dan Smith wants this ball, but they're not aiming it up.
Jaden Kennedy, who's been pretty vigorous every time he takes the ball up. He only has one speed, and that's flat out.
Flat out and forward.
Yeah. Back towards the middle of the field, dummies to Devui. That's the 7, Josh Miles, who's skipping around everybody.
He gets the ball away.
He could pass it once or twice. It's a good tactic for a halfback to actually pass the ball from time to time. Back towards the middle of the field as the Devils get themselves over halfway through Devui, who just takes it up and is knocked over immediately by the Tigers.
There's no actual enthusiasm at the moment for the Devils.
There's not. And that had to have been the least innocuous tackle that Devui's been involved in, and somehow he's come away injured.
You never know what it is, mate. He might have got a finger in the eye.
Yep, that's true.
That's what he's looking at.
In fact, I'd say that's pretty much what you must be talking about.
Well, I can't see out there. I have to watch the screen, so...
There, the sun has disappeared and it's gone all sorts of dark. Still 27 minutes to go. Time off. Time is back on now. Denman leading 22-12 over the home side Aberdeen. That's the number 12 there in Isaac McCormick, picking up James Olds, who is scurrying towards the try line, and he puts that down for a bigger lead. Now 26-12. Denman, what a great ball and a good run from Isaac McCormick.
Yeah, that man again, when he's in the clear, Just waiting to see if there was anything said to the referee there. But when he's in the clear, James Old, I reckon he's got to be definitely, if not the fastest one in the comp, he's up there. But I'd nearly back him to be the fastest.
Very classy play, and it's great to see a back supporting a forward who can get his hands free.
Oh, Isaac McCormick, mate. We're going back 10 years of us being involved in Group 21. He was renowned for it, and he's Gidley-like passes. So, but Aberdeen about to inject Weedy Baker back onto the field, and we know what that means. There's going to be carnage of Denman players going left, right, and centre in a couple of these hits.
Hopefully.
Well, since half time, Reggie, it's been very, very much the same players in the Denman forwards running forward. So.
But how many times, Mark, did you see it? That they're drifting across field, picking one up? No, I'll drop it to him, and then they're just making that tackle. There's no real strategic. There's no oomph.
No, it's been Isaac McCormick up the middle and Diwali. Every time we call, that's what we're calling. And they seem to have lost that punch out there with where the Baden boys have come off as well.
Well, they're getting a bit of a rest, in which case we should see
some...
We
won't see Yan back, but Ewan we may. Colloy still on the bench, looking down over to the left.
As the ball is sent in by Olds towards the goals, but not close enough, so he can't add to that score. 26-12, we see the visiting Denman side over Aberdeen. Now, Aberdeen just have to score the next. I know it's stating the bleeding obvious, but if they can't score another point, they're not going to be able to threaten this Denman side. And it's not like they're impossible to get around. They've scored 2 tries already, although one of them was from a horrific Denman mistake, to be fair.
Off the kick-off, yeah. Here we go. It's given off to Jordan Ball. No, Jaden Kennedy. No, Ball running forward there. Gets up to the 20-metre line before the Jones boy puts him down with the assistance there. I can't see that's on the ground. It's Cameron French.
Denman moving back towards the middle of the field and taking the ball up. It's been stolen once again. I tell you what, the Aberdeen Tigers, this is not a criticism. They're a pack of thieves this afternoon. The opportunity they have to be able to steal the ball, they've done it just about every time. Weedy Baker, as you predicted there, Reg, taking it up the middle of the field. I'm not even sure he was tackled. He might have just played that ball.
Leaving carnage, as I said.
Yeah.
Oh, that was looked like high contact.
Referee's not interested in it. Where's Weedy Baker? This is the position that he needs to be in for the next run as the Tigers decide to kick it through. A lot of pressure on the Devil, who cannot get out of there in goal.
Still not the right call.
Interesting option. It needed to be a good kick. It wasn't a terrible one. Are they going to go? Why would you go for the short dropout?
You just had Weedy Baker make massive metres that disrupted the defensive line. Another 2 or 3 plays to... Look, it'd be disappointing for the coach right now if they make a mistake off this early set of 6.
And the dropout is, well, it's not short, it's not long, but it is taken by the Tigers as...
Oh.
Wow, great run. You can hear the Tigers faithful. They're wanting their team to get back into this matchup. Looks like...
Well, a home crowd can make a big difference.
It really, and they're going to have to be able to help this side get a leg up. There's the 12 in Dan Hugerworth, feeding along to the 7. Josh Tickle doing the work of his forward, and the ball's been stolen. I tell you what, it's Ali Barber and his 40 thieves out here this afternoon. The ball is constantly being stolen by the opposition in a tackle.
There's been more balls stolen in this game than the whole season, I think.
And I do reiterate, a home crowd, to those at home, get out there and support it. I'll tell you afterwards an interesting story I had with Kirk Gidley during the week.
Okie dokie. That's what we call a tease in the business, ladies and gentlemen. As that Devil is slung down by Dan Hugerworth as they get themselves to the 40.
Oh,
we've got our 13. Jordan Bull gets himself just over the halfway line. In fact, probably pretty much on it.
Last tackle.
They throw it out to the open side. The wingers were down, so they got plenty of space to play with. He chips over the top.
Oh, they made a miss.
Josh Halliwell manages to get down to it. Is he tackled in goal? No, he's just over the line where they're going to start that set. They're going to have to go 100 metres to try and put some pressure on Denman, and that didn't chew up too much of it. Well done. Great defence from the number 1, Ethan Foles, for Denman.
Now we're out to Jones, and Jones has a hit up, or is that it? Sorry, Halliwell?
Hard to tell from this particular angle.
There we go again. That looks like the young winger coming in for a run, nearly a one-on-one strip.
Yeah, another attempt to strip there. They've got to be expecting it in every tackle now.
Jones at halfback.
Oh, he's brought his... Oh, he's dropped his biscuits too. Fraser Evans brings his home crowd advantage and drops his biscuits.
Yeah, the crowd get excited every time Fraser Evans takes it up, with good reason, but I tell you what, it's unfortunate. I reckon he's a little bit tired. He's been putting in big shifts for the home side this afternoon, and maybe he needs a little bit of a break, Fraser. He looks pretty exhausted out there.
Someone's throwing a... What's he...
Denman.
Just Miles yelling at the bench about something, and... Mate, stick to your game. Just get on with it. Here we go, the Denman
Ball
Devils.
goes in, comes back out. Chapman feeds it over to Mallinson, who picks up Olds, who steps and swerves and comes back in the defence. Did he drop the ball there? He lost it, or it's been stolen again. We're not even surprised anymore. It just happens. Weedy Baker takes the ball up, aims himself at the 11, Jaden Kennedy, and every other player, and continues going, oh, he could have got a ball away.
5 Denman players and still 2 down.
Still 2 dead Marines there as well. Now, this is a great run.
John Whitby.
Whitby can't be stopped. If he keeps his feet up, well done. Fantastic tackle by Ethan Foles. Denman are at 6s and 7s. They've got a short side for them, the Tigers, and they've gone that way through Hoogerwerth. Another dribble through, and this one is too deep.
Wow, they killed
Denman player offside. He's there. Good Jackson. You got a Denman player down in the back there, man. Yeah.
Well, that was good attack for the Tigers right up until they decided to go for the dribble through again. What's that tactic about? They've used it twice now, and it really hasn't come off for them.
You know, you do chance yourself, but that was a bad decision. You see those numbers to the left, which were quickly covered, but that was a barnstorming run there by John Whitby.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Weedy Baker. I said when he comes back on, he'll leave Carney to enter. That's all he's done. And then you have John Whitby make that same run in good metres. You just need to back it up.
Yeah.
Whitby looks like he must have a dislocated finger here or something.
But after that run by John Whitby, you could see Udi Baker. He was gearing up. He was coming up the field.
Yep.
He was ready to get back in for another ball, but they went the other way and kicked it.
That's what I mean. I would have went to Weedy Baker in the centre.
Yeah. He'd just been off, so he had fresh legs, and he was ready to do it again.
We're just waiting for...
That was the 15 in Koloi, getting a little bit of attention after being trampled. Time back on. There's Olds again, who's been very busy for the Devils this afternoon, scoring tries, kicking goals and making tackles. They're coming back, still in the middle of the field. Looks like the number 6 there, Toby Mallinson. No, it's the 5, sorry. In Dan Smith doing the work of the forwards in the middle of the field.
There's Olds again.
Oh, that was a bit high. The players appeal for a penalty, but no such luck from Worthy. Chapman goes out to Bull, who dummies and gets into the defence and is brought down just over the halfway mark. It's been a good set for the Devils here.
He goes Daniel Smith again. He gets behind the markers. No, try over one-on-one steal. Don't try it now. 2 tackles left. Could end up a penalty otherwise. Here we go, Devui. Oh, he's broken through 1, 2.
This is trouble. Well brought down. Final tackle. What are we going to see from the Devils? Mallinson.
Repeat set. That's what you'd be aiming for.
He kicks it down. Doesn't get it into the in goal.
Just succumbs to the tackle. Great move there by Young.
It's a smart move. You know, they've got 6 tackles. They've got to go pretty much 100 metres. That's good football. Smart football from the Devils there. As Sunavalaku. I've struggled with that one and I do apologise.
Sukanavalu. That's all right. Look, they've just got to they've got this home crowd now needs to get noisy. It'll breathe a new breath of life into these players and inject some pride. Get loud. That's what I'd be saying down there if I was on the sideline to the fans.
Well, here's Weedy Baker, who's set up ready to be fed, but instead... great tackle on Jones by the look of it. Devui came in like a missile. Now they're kicking just from the 40-metre line, gets it down to the 20. Ethan Foles brings the ball back up. He's got a fair bit of distance before he even gets to a defender.
40 metres.
40-metre line, and what's the penalty for? High shot.
It's come from a touch judge call over there, so...
Yeah, high tackle. Home fans not happy with that call. They haven't been getting many go their way, but I don't know if they'd necessarily earned too many coming their way this afternoon. The Tigers are being outplayed at the moment by Denman, ever so slightly.
14-point difference. You know, you did say they need to be the next to score. There's been a lot of time between that.
Yeah.
Look, if Denman score here, It's still a long period of play, but...
Well, it's hard to see the Tigers mustering up long-distance tries at the moment.
Oh, look, I think Weedy Baker, John Whitby, but it's that last
Weedy
plays
Baker.
by the halfback.
Yeah.
They've got the speed out wide. They've got the Jones boys. They've got the Halliwells out there and Cameron French.
Oh!
Was their arms, Weedy Baker going back in after the number 19, Baden. We've been calling both their names a lot this afternoon. They've been probably the best combatants for both sides, certainly in the forwards. Mallinson feeds it out to Miles, who picks up Foles, sweeping around. Sukanavalu takes it. Good defence from the Aberdeen Tigers. They just waited patiently until the attackers got to them. Still a couple of tackles to go. They're about 10 metres out, sweeping back into the middle of the field. Bull's got it this time. He runs into Weedy Baker, who was ably assisted by the number 13 in Richie Graham.
No.
Chapman goes the opposite way, picks up Mallinson. There we got the 15.
Colloy? Is that
Colloy, yep. The final tackle, taken a sweet time. Bull's got it, picks up Miles, who throws out the big Wally Lewis cutout pass and messes it, doesn't get on it. What is it with the Denman Devils this afternoon? And if they make a mistake, they drop the ball. They think it's training.
I think Dan's done that twice, Dan Smith, so that led to that first try, that try off the kick-off. So
yeah.
You just got to have that urgency. This is the enthusiasm now. It's going to be a matter of who's got the fitness, but who's got the enthusiasm as John Whitby brings it forward.
Right in the middle of the field.
Upbeat tempo. This is where Dan Hugerworth will start to make things explode. If they never go with Anosa going down the left-hand side for the Tigers.
Got to find an opportunity to get the big boys, Whitby and Baker, on some of the smaller fellas in the Denman defence.
Well, there you go, Richie
Graham taking it up there.
We haven't called his name for a while, so he's back on the field.
There's Dan picking up with a short ball. Well, they've managed to get themselves down to the 30. What are they going to be able to do with this? Nice big back line. He chips over the top. That goes straight to Dan Smith, who secures it, and it's put down by most of the back line. Attempt to steal. He hangs onto it this time. He knew it had to be coming. Got a bit of extracurricular in that one. I'm not too sure whether there was too much in it. They continue after it.
They've been at it all game against each other. They've been doing the nitpicking.
Sukanavalu now trying to take the ball up. They're trying to pretty much steal the ball in every tackle, the Tigers, which could cost them shortly. They need to make sure they secure the man. That's number 2. Samson O'Neill taking it up into the middle of the field and getting over the 30-metre line for the Denman Devils, leading 26-12 with just under 15 minutes to go.
There goes Ewan. Adam Neals make
nice
a big
dummy.
break. Oh, turns it. He's dropped his lollies. Who's that?
That was Olds. Probably the first mistake that Olds has made all afternoon. And it would have been, if he'd have held on to it, that could have been under the post and over. Now he's spoiled it well and truly.
There was something thrown from the Aberdeen player, and then...
Don't run in, Dan. 30.
Who was the 7 for Aberdeen there, guys? Tickle.
Tickle for Aberdeen. Did more than tickle. Fraser Evans and somebody there having a bit of a muck around in the background.
Let's see how they saw it.
Yeah.
Come on, get rid of this buzzing noise and talk, mate.
Well, we've got a penalty going to the Aberdeen Tigers.
No signal, so yeah.
Presumably just for a fracas. So here we go, Aberdeen Tigers. You've got under 14 minutes to go. You've got to score points now. If they can't do it now, they're not going to be able to get back into this match. This is the perfect opportunity. Denman have got to be aware of it, and they're going to have to be desperate in defence.
As here we go.
As you would expect. Evans. Now we should see a 1-2-3 punch, surely.
Look at Weedy Baker out here wide. He's waiting for that ball.
They got to pick him up, or are they going to use him as a decoy if they keep coming this way?
I think they'll take one more, surely, and settle it, and then they're going to go to Weedy Baker. This is it. Right out here, he's got 3-4 defenders have slid out, but they're going to turn it back under.
Turns it back into Weedy.
Here he is.
He pushes away from a couple, straight into one, and the ball's been lost. What'd they call it?
In the contact. In the contact, mate.
Lost it in the tackle. Well, there you go. They knew he was coming, and the big man...
No, making a tackle, mate. Go away. Don't approach I don't care. No.
He's saying it was reefed out.
Yeah, well, if it's in the contact and you go for that ball, it's essentially a loose carry.
Isaac McCormick was the one who met him in that collision. I don't think he went in there with the intention of knocking the ball loose, but he just wanted to. He wasn't going to
do something to get him down.
Well, that's right. He had to get to him as quickly as he could. Can't let him get ahead of steam. And now the Devils look to ruck this one out and work their way to their kick and make the Tigers come back 100 metres to try and get back into this match. It's hard to see them doing it at this point in time. Slow play the balls already. We're not even up to 10 minutes down. That's Mallinson who gets himself back up. It's fed to Bull, who is immediately met by the Tigers' defence. Hugerworth rolling all over the top of him. Nice move. That's the number 5, Dan Smith, who's been really busy for the Devils in the second half. Back inside to Miles, by the look of it, taking the ball up, doing the work of the forwards. Baden goes down with it, passes it back up to Miles, who dummies, and succumbs into the tackle just over the 40-metre line for the Devils in this set. Chapman goes one way, looks the other, gives it to Baden, who's a little bit flat-footed, but boy, he's fixed that up. He's pushed away from the 14, who comes back at him and puts him down just on the Tigers' side of halfway. On the final tackle, bit sloppy around the dummy half. Mallinson, no space to be able to get the ball away, but he does get a kick. It takes an immediate leg break and goes across the touchline. You know, not a bad set of 6, Mark.
That's a good set of 6, and when you got the bounce and everything on your side, it makes it hard to play and defend against that.
That's right, and the Aberdeen Tigers probably a little bit tired at this point, and they're looking up and they're going, well, we're going to have to go a good 90 metres to get ourselves back into this game. Not even the forwards bringing it up now. Looks like one of the Halliwell boys, perhaps.
Young Jones. One up and
again, looks like the Tigers don't want to waste the energy of the forwards at this point. Hugerworth goes one way, comes back the other, skips and swerves and is put down after just a couple of metres of progress. Did he lose it in the tackle, in the play the ball? That's how the referee has seen it. I can't say I saw the same thing.
Time out.
Time out. And we've got a scrum feed for he must have just been the tiniest of bobbles in that tackle. Hugerworth will be disappointed. The Denman Devils will be very happy with this opportunity. They can put this game well and truly to bed with another try. All but one are out on the eastern side. They're spread out. Are they going to go a backline move straight from the scrum? The referee says, can we just pull things up for a moment? Tells somebody where to put their head for a scrum that they don't push in anymore. Chapman hands it out. The Tigers' defence was up very, very quick, to be fair. That's Koloi by the look of it. Goes back and pretty much tackled where the scrum was a short time ago. Chapman coming to the open side. Picks up the number 12, Isaac McCormick, who's been very good for the Devils in this second half. Fraser Evans rolls him back over. Chapman still going out to that eastern touchline, picking up ball. Now we see Mallinson, who dummies to a couple, pushes himself away from Baker. And a couple more. He's still stepping, he's swerving, and he's finally passed to one armour to Miles, who...
Did he look what
he looked like he was going to do a Harlem Globetrotters through the legs.
Oh, Baden.
Baden with a step and a swerve and a push, and he's into the defence. Ooh, big clubbing arm from Baker tries to pull him down. There can only just be a few inches in front of the try line. Where's a big Denman Devil to run onto the ball from deep? There he is. That's Bull, crashes over right next to the touchline, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's your final nail in the coffin for this one this afternoon.
Well, yeah.
Good sustained attack from the Denman Devils there, really testing the Tigers, who they all look pretty tired and are looking forward to maybe their shower after this game right now.
Yeah, you're seeing Denman still with their structure and still playing like they're playing like they don't need to play for the game, whereas on the other hand, Aberdeen's playing, they really need to get these points.
It's amazing the amount of energy that you get when you're in front, and now at 30-12, which will be 32-12, and just under 10 minutes to go, you can lock this one in for the Devils this afternoon. 2 games coming up tomorrow in first grade. Got the Muswellbrook Rams taking on the Greater Branxton Colts out of Olympic at 2 p.m. That should be a really good game. The Rams are on the ascendancy, and Greater Branxton haven't exactly had things go their way. Plus, they've lost a couple of players recently.
Mark, you had breaking news earlier. 26 players out sick with the...
Greater Branxton's got 26 players out that they're missing. They've just...
Well, somebody been over to Africa and brought back the Ebola virus or something.
They got this influenza A, but they are forming all 3 grades tomorrow. They're having the ladies tackle, the reserve, and the
ladies tackle. That's what we want to see.
Ladies league tag and reserves and first grade are all playing tomorrow.
Goodness me, well, the Rams will be feeling pretty good about their chances as the ball is steered through by Olds, who's got himself a pretty good tally for the afternoon. And, of course, the other game tomorrow, the Scone Thoroughbreds at home against the Singleton Greyhounds. I'll be up at that one with Reggie tomorrow, and I'm really hoping we get beyond the 60-minute mark, but I don't like our chances.
You called it early.
Sorry. I actually think...
Call it like I said.
I think Singleton might go up there with a bit of a game tomorrow.
I really hope they do. I really hope they do.
John Davies has been playing fantastic football. Fraser Evans sticks his hand out. I don't think he's a...
I don't know if he touched that one.
Lion.
Well done by the Tigers.
Stand up.
They're showing a bit of enterprise.
We needed this enthusiasm about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I quite agree with you there, Reg. Here they are, 10 metres out. Fraser Evans. That's the way now. Where's our man Baker? Surely.
He's on the blind side here.
Why is he on the short side? I would have thought he could make a good decoy heading back towards the post. We cut a man out. We pick up the number 7 in Tickle. Got himself a short man. Just a couple of metres out now. Still a couple of tackles to go for the Tigers. They need to get a try now. Otherwise, this game is well and truly lost.
That's a try.
Fantastic effort. That's what was needed. Where was this urgency in the last 20 minutes from the Tigers?
Totally agree with you, mate. I think that... could have been a different end to this game if there was just that enthusiasm.
Yeah. Yeah, the Tiger faithful are all here cheering their team on in these wonderful pink jerseys, and this is what we needed to see. And we kind of did see it about 15 minutes ago when we saw that run followed by from Baker and then followed up by Whitby. But some of the options the Tigers had taken after that, unfortunately, lacked enterprise. Well, now they're on it, but they've given themselves a massive mountain to climb. 20 points they're trying to pull back in less than 8 minutes.
So as I was saying, I was talking to Kirk Gidley only yesterday about the New South Wales-Queensland match, and I asked him what the chances were given the statistics are against the New South Wales Blues going up there. He said he loves the side, he loves the inclusion of Mitch Barnett, but we spoke a lot about the home crowd advantage and how playing up there is difficult.
Yeah.
You always lift to the occasion, but just that home ground advantage,
yeah.
He still thinks the Blues have got it. Great bloke, Kirk Gidley. If you sit there, you could see he was getting pumped up just talking about it.
Yep.
So he feels the Blues, but it brought me back to thinking about local rugby league and how this local crowd can make a difference. So people really need to get out and get behind their team.
Well, these blokes are playing for your town, What else is there to do? Better to be coming out here and watching Group 21 Rugby League than the NRL. You'll be able to watch replays anytime you like.
Fraser Evans has just lifted a leg
yes.
since the crowd's been into him. So that type of enthusiasm is what's warranted. Here he goes again. No, they didn't go to him.
That's the number 4, Ben Halliwell, being brought down there as the Tigers look to go 80 metres to try and get themselves another 6 points. They're down 32-18, pretty much 5 minutes to go in this one. You've got to think that it's too big a mountain to climb for them, but they're going to give it their all in these last few minutes. They need to be able to get some of these big boys to punch through the line and get their hands free. Denman taking as much time as they can and not being penalised for a slow play of the ball. Here we goes Baker. Got through.
Up beautifully around the leg.
Beautiful tackle. We talked about how you got to tackle that man. That's exactly how it's supposed to be done. How's that not a shepherd in this day and age? Dan picks up a short man who's right in the middle of the field.
Can they pull a try right now
Final
and take
tackle.
us to a grandstand finish?
Are we going to hoist it or are they going to run it? He's just run it through. It's along the ground. It's gone straight through his legs.
Sit up.
The Tiger is chasing it.
Oh, no.
They're going to claim it. There's no one close enough to be able to say with absolute surety.
That was dead.
I thought it was dead.
You go back and look at that on the replay. That was dead.
Here's the consultation.
That was dead. You can see it from here. And we know.
I would also point out that none of the Tigers fans around, that were right in front of us showing a great deal of enthusiasm.
Yeah. Dead.
Yeah. Sorry, Tigers, but that is the right call. Yeah.
He should have tried to flick it back in.
I reckon if you went and had a word to the 5 people sitting on the fence where it happened, they'd all be going, no, that was dead.
Yeah. It was right.
Because if it wasn't the case, they'd be the ones screaming the loudest, I guarantee you.
And that's where a home crowd can make a difference. Jump up and down.
That's right.
Make it. Sell it.
Good attack, good enterprising attack. I tell you what, one of the Devils has got his heart in his mouth after he was well and truly clean bowled by that ball. Still under 4 minutes to go. The Devils leading 32-18. This game has finally come alive. It's a shame it's taken so long for that to happen.
I would have liked to have seen that as a try and 6 points.
Yeah. Baden is put down on the 40-metre line. The Denman Devils work their way out of their own territory. Oh, that was definitely high.
I missed that for initial contact.
I think that was
saw Woody Baker going second. But
Kaloi that was absolutely coat-hangered there. Weedy gets up and apologises. Not that he was the one that did it, by the way. He was just there to rub some salt in the wound. No, we're bringing out the magic sponge. Time off, says Worthy.
That sounded like an end of game whistle.
Really?
No. Worthy? Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Just under 3 minutes to go. Clock on the scoreboard's ticking. Oh, no, it's been returned. Yeah, Kaloi was belted.
Oh, it's been put on report.
Oh.
There we go. So we have to note that down.
Well, it was
with
high.
3 minutes to go, it's been put on report. So I'll have to go back.
Falls under the category of reckless, if you ask me. I certainly don't think that there was a great deal of intent in it.
This is where I have to do the review and to provide input. I don't know.
This is where we,
I could provide some input. I don't think it was I don't think he intentionally tried to hurt the player. I think he was trying to probably knock the ball out, and it was just reckless.
Well, I can say right now, I did not see the first impact. All I saw
the
was
first impact really come in hard, and that's what got him the hardest. It wasn't the second player.
No, Weedy only went in there for the tackle.
Yeah, Weedy just, that's
he
exactly
was there.
Right.
He was with momentum.
Good effort from Kaloi tonight. Not a great way to finish the game, but he should be proud of his efforts for Denman today. In fact, I think a lot of the Denman Devils have been very good.
It's always sad when you see a player getting to their feet and stumbling as they're coming up. It's not good.
And the penalty for the high tackle that is on report.
I got it, Worthy.
Mallinson punches it out on the eastern touchline, and the Devils are going to be resuming with a new set of 6, 40 metres out from the Tigers. The Tigers are going to be able to stand up and keep them out in these last 3 minutes. It's fair to say the Tigers will be disappointed, especially when they've proven in the last 5 minutes what they can actually do. We just don't know where it's been for the majority of the match tonight.
Well, I can tell you one bloke that hasn't died trying, that's Daniel Hugerworth. He's tried to get them going. And since Andrew Nichols has left the competition, he's probably the best one-on-one ball stealer.
The theft this afternoon. Somebody needs to call the police. As Miles feeds it out to the number 11 in Jaden Kennedy, who's been very busy for Denman as well. Still coming towards the short side. Miles calling for it. Comes to him. He dummies and gives it to Foles, who is put down by the Tigers just a couple of metres out. The whistle goes again.
Led with the shoulder straight to his head.
Shoulder to the head, that from the touch judge.
Shoulder to the head. Well, there you go.
As Denman sweeping back through Mallinson. Referee says, wait just a moment. Thanks very much. Let's bring that back and do the same thing again. Was he not on the mark? I guess he mustn't have been on the mark. It's Dan James.
6 seconds we're out.
Big pass to Mallinson, who dummies to a couple of players, then picks up Bull, who drops it back to him. He sweeps it again. And we've got ourselves a knock on. And
there was one in amongst that, I can tell. You got sniped then.
This game is
Dan James just fell over. Sniper got him.
The players are all pretty much standing around saying, if we could speed up this last minute and a half, I think we'd all be happy with that.
Yeah, you can pick a couple out, as you mentioned earlier there. Reggie, Daniel Hugerworth has tried. I tell you, Fraser Evans has left nothing out on the paddock tonight.
Absolutely right, probably the best.
I love the way the crowd gets behind him.
Yeah.
I've got to say that.
Fraser Evans has probably been the best, closely followed by Weedy Baker, who has given his all for the game tonight.
And Joshy Halliwell.
Yep.
Can't fault him at fullback.
Yep.
He's played well back there.
On the Denman side, I think it's fair to say Olds has been very good. I mean, his impact started with that ball that he stole and scored the try just down in the corner in front of us.
Fraser Evans again with this run.
Look at that. He's still doing it, and the game's almost over. He had every reason just to sit back and take it easy, but I don't think he knows how to. Here's that man, Weedy Baker, who got his arms free. We see a final flourish from the Aberdeen Tigers.
Richie Graham.
Good run from Richie Graham. He's been pretty good too, actually, workmanlike tonight. More pushing and shoving than Baden's involved in this one. There's Dan. Dan would be like saying to his players, could you stop pushing people around and just actually follow me, and I could probably slip you a ball and we might score a try.
It's actually 6 seconds on the clock now, so...
Not a great pass for Richie Graham.
It's about the siren to go now.
Here go the Tigers on the siren. They're chipping over the top as the ball is taken by the number 5, Tom Morgan, who's taken into touch. And Worthy says...
Dan Smith, that one.
Dan Smith, sorry. Game, set and match to Denman, winning this one 32-18. A good game of Group 21 Rugby League football this afternoon.
Most definitely. Man of the match, guys. Who are you going to go with?
I'd probably have to go with Olds.
Yeah.
He's the man who started it, and he also backed up and scored the try that pretty much put the game to bed when Denman had just stretched out too far. I think without him there, these teams probably would have been a bit closer.
Do you think any of them challenge Scone from that match with what you see?
The problem with Scone is that you've got to be perfect for 80 minutes, and I don't think any other team other than Scone are capable of being perfect for 80 minutes. Yeah. Obviously I'd love to see a tighter competition, but they're at elite level, whereas most of the other teams are at very good level.
Yeah, watching the Scone, you need to get around. They run you around the paddock for the first 20 minutes of that of the game, and then once you're exhausted, that's when they come in and they jump and they put the attack on.
Rightio, Bear. Mark, thanks very much for your time.
A pleasure. Thanks to Ash as well.
Pete will be down at Olympic Park tomorrow along with young Max, and you'll be up at Scone with Ash. So
young Ash, yes.
Young Ash, yeah. So again, that's it for us for this round 11 clash. Denman running out victors 32-18.
Thanks for